Okay, well, I was getting at the decision to separate a variation due to underperformance. So what is the measurement for you to go by to say, okay, these three variations that you, but I give you real life scenario.
Yeah.
I have a client and they have a fairly high ticket item.
Okay.
Just so that you know, the item costs $700, $400
Okay.
between two different sizes.
Yeah.
Each size comes in 5 colors.
Okay. Got it.
So the listing was launched with 10 variations.
Right.
So therefore, when you run an ad, you have to doing the sponsored ads, you have to pick one of the ASINs. So we pick the lower ticket item. So we drive business there. However, now it has been over 6 months since we launched the listing. So what's happened over the last 6 months? Some of those variations kind of separated.
Right.
Performance.
Right.
Now we are looking at, okay, what do we do? So that something needs to be done. So my question specifically is, out of these 10 variations, what measurements are we looking at? What KPIs are we looking at in order to say, okay, the time has come to separate these out? That's what specifically I was getting at.
So I look at revenue. I look at top line revenue for this metric. And simply because I look at it as a race, as a sprint, in essence, between all of these items. I think they all start, in essence, at the same place. And then if one's just moving quicker, and all I'm looking at is revenue, because I want to keep it simple. I don't need to, there's all these other numbers you can look at, and really, you can look at traffic, but really, where are people buying? What is making sense from the price, the offer, and everything, and maybe the color and the cut. So if you've and if it sounds like 6 months is a good amount of time to run. Obviously a year is better because you get to see the whole seasonality. And I don't know how seasonal the product is, but with 6 months, you've already started to see that separation. Those 2 or 3 items that are probably the ones leading, I would say, it's maybe time to separate them out and see, and I don't know if it makes sense to have a value offer with this type of product, but if there is an opportunity, that might be the way to do it. I would also look at how much inventory you have in the other items before I make that change. I would want to make sure that you have 1 week at most of these lower performing items. You want to stay in stock so there's an offer, but you're really going to want to try to, you don't want like 10 weeks, 20 weeks of inventory. If you do have that, first get it down, price promote it, whatever you need to get that into a better inventory health position. But what signals all of this is revenue. In essence, once we really start to see a couple differentiate, and over at least 5 to 6 weeks of differentiation, not just 1 week, 2 week here or there, but it's top line revenue, and you'll see it. I mean, you'll see that there's a group, there's usually one, and then there'll be like 2 that are about the same, and then there'll be everybody else. But yeah, usually top line revenue. As I said, if we're seeing, about 12K in a month on an item that started at 0, and we start, let's say 8-10 weeks in, we're starting to see like that 3K a week. All right, this is starting to show some good promise, and it probably needs, some additional support. The other thing I would look at is this, as you're growing your listing, you need reviews, right? And Vine can be a very good option for that, and can be very candid in their reviews. And that can be another place to identify which one of these items is going to have a long history and which one is going to die out from the reviews, from the Vine reviews, because they're pretty honest, and they'll let you know, oh, this was good, this was high quality for the money, this was worth it, or no, I don't think this was worth it. So
okay, cool.